Before I left for work, my girlfriend said I was dressed like an old man. I did not believe her until this happened. I left my job today. I could not work for that man after what he said to me. What did he say? You're fired. Recently, one of our newest team members asked if he could decorate his cubicle. When I said yes, I was not expecting this. Being at a new job is so embarrassing for no reason. Someone said it feels like you're a new character on season 5 of a show. Do not break down. Me, talking to myself in the back room at work. I found an extra pair of boots at the work site, so I decided to give my boss a heart attack. This dude died, but they still made him go to work anyway. Breaking news, 7 shot at Florida nightclub. We found 7 new jobs that may interest you. That 2k you worked hard for is better than the 100k that's given to you for free. Don't ever give anyone advice again. Illegal aliens stealing our jobs. They took our gerbs. I sent this photo to my new job for my ID card, and this is what I get back. I am beyond disgusted. Unacceptable. Find who did this and use your megamind powers on them. I work at a vet's office and never paid attention to this chart, but please look at this. I worked at McDonald's for 2.5 years and I put 11 nuggets in almost every 10 piece I made. Construction workers put a high visual jacket on Black Cat so it doesn't get hurt. I had enough of this job. I'm about to take the whole restaurant out. So I work at Taco Bell and today I was having a rough day. Then this guy pulls up. Thank you, citizen, for making my day much better. On today's episode of Why I Want to Quit My Job, Professor started talking about differential equations in physics, 10 high-paying jobs for college dropouts. Woman quits office job to work at McDonald's, breaks down in tears after one shift, not having a job versus having a job. Hey guys, let's take one more picture together before we get fired. Gary, I realize it's your first day, but we do have a dress code. I literally can't tell who is talking to who, and I don't want that to change for a second. I wrote my boyfriend's resignation letter, and I sent it to my manager so he could print it for me, but I forgot to provide any context. Can you print this for me, please? What kind of sick power play is this? If you love your job, you will never work a day in your life. Abandoned puppy lands himself a full-time job in a petrol station. Pizza shop workers took down an armed robber, but when police took off his mask, they discovered that he was their old boss. What kind of Scooby-Doo stuff is this? Magawa, the hero rat, retires from job detecting landmines. Stay in bed for 70 days straight and NASA will pay you 18 grand. Where do I sign up? I just bought my coworker a Get Better Soon card. They're not sick. I just think that they could do better. When employers want you to have 10 years of work experience before the age of 22. While my friend and I were out fishing, his dog broke out of his house and got himself a job. Told my boss what's up. Hey, can you work tomorrow? Are you kidding me? You spent my whole last shift making fun of how small my PP is. I quit. Damn, fair enough. It seems we are both short-staffed. Someone screenshotted one of my tweets and found the company I work for and sent it to them. It eventually ended up on the director of operations desk. Too bad that's me. I choose not to fire myself. A plumber did work for a 91-year-old grandma with cancer, and his invoice is now going viral. No charge for this lady under any circumstances. Will be available 24-hour to help her. Man returns to work after vacation with fresh, re-energized hatred for job. I came back to work from a dentist appointment with a bag of McDonald's, and nobody looked at me with jealousy. I fucking hate being an adult. Subway employee works with a baby in a harness on his chest, and people have opinions. I called my job from jail to tell them why I could not make it. They bailed me out and made me come to work. Guy dresses himself as a delivery man to hand deliver his resume disguised as a box of donuts. Most resumes end up in the trash. Mine in your belly. Damn, I'm about to get fired. I work at a bank, then this lady came in with a 150k check, and to make conversation, I was like, oh wow, I wish I had one of these. And she then goes, it's a life insurance check. I would rather have the person. Non-locals enjoying the city view at night. Wow, this place looks cool. The salarymen working overtime inside those office buildings. I can't wait to visit my home. Man who was fired for refusing to participate in after-work drinks and team-building activities wins legal right to not be fun at work. Worst employee ever. Employees must wash hands. I waited for 45 minutes and no employee came to wash my hands. My girlfriend's employer has sent all 1,500 staff an email saying they need to start returning to the office over the next few weeks. And some brave, insane soul has replied all with simply, no. Me, no one is hiring. Adults, you need to show up in person. Me, shows up in person. I want a job. Yeah, just go online. I saw a pigeon having a job interview earlier. I hope he got it. A New Zealand man brought an emotional support clown to a meeting where he knew he would be fired. The clown blew up balloons and folded them into a series of animals throughout the meeting, then mimed crying when the man was handed a pink slip. I work at a credit card company. Someone replied to our offer by taping the "no postage necessary" flyer to a box full of their trash and a small boulder. Today at work, a guy said, "Is it okay if I wait at the bar until a hot blonde walks in. I said sure and laughed like he was joking. Then a blonde actually walks in, he winks at me, introduces himself to her. She rolled her eyes and kissed him. It was his wife, and that made my day. Remote jobs are terrible for your mental health. I want to socialize with everyone. I need to know if the woman in HR is going to get a divorce or not. You're the exact reason the rest of us want to stay at home. A job will have you 21 years old with a 56-year-old best friend. Like, dang, where the fuck is Mr. Otis at today? Me, holding my urge not to say, your mum. When the job application asks me what do I see myself doing in 10 years. When your coworker leaves for another job. You're dead to us, we hope you fail. I got a job at a cinema and it changed my life. I asked my boss, what if we see someone taking their own food in? And she said, Ryan, it's a myth. People can bring their own food in here. My life has been a lie. It's their job to do that. You don't have to say thank you. How about I do anyway? Can we please have more aggressively polite memes in the world? Hospital worker arrested for using a dead patient's debit card to buy snacks just 17 minutes after the patient passed away. These dogs work in courtrooms to help comfort victims when testifying against their abusers. They're amazing. Gen Z isn't ashamed of job hopping and will even quit unfulfilling jobs without a backup plan. Study finds. I reapplied for a job that fired me years ago, got the job, then quit when they desperately needed me. My level of pettiness is unmatched. University bookstore worker stole 20k worth of textbooks. Oh man, I hope they recovered both of the books. What is your dream job? I would like to simply not participate in society. Tonight at work, a customer ordered 3 meatballs, ate all of them, ordered 3 more, ate those 2, told his server to take the empty plates before his wife gets there. Server takes both of their orders. He goes, I think I will try the meatballs. What was he hiding? Excuse me boss, I need a raise. My wife had 8 children this morning. It's been 4 years since my job interview. I'm beginning to suspect they chose someone else. Why grandma's always got money but never a job. The coffee machine at work is personally attacking me. Cashless failure. A teenager at work asked me if I was old enough to have seen a PlayStation 2 in real life, and if anyone needs me, I will be quietly walking into the sea. This man sent 33 strangers to college using his life savings from working at the same job as a carpenter for 67 years. When Jeff Bezos dies, he should go to hell where he has to work minimum wage jobs until he's able to actually earn all the money he made when he was alive. Screw work, I say, as I continue to show up on time every day. I don't even care anymore, I say, as I continue to work hard. I'm late to work because I followed this dog for 3 blocks in the wrong direction. I just applied to a job and accidentally uploaded this instead of my resume. I hate how you're born out of nowhere, forced to go to school, get a job. What if I wanted to be a duck? I got a job. This job sucks. Tattoos should actually make you more employable because it shows you can sit in place for hours while tiny needles are jammed into your skin, and that's what every corporate meeting I've ever been in has felt like. I bring a sort of we should all quit vibe to the workplace that managers don't really like. What's a company secret you can share now that you don't work there? I used to work at a graphic design firm. All of our Adobe software was pirated. My shift leader got treated to a pizza for coming in on his birthday. I had a cat named Jeff. He was just Jeff. Then we hired a new guy at work. His name was Human Jeff because Jeff was there first. Human Jeff tried to suggest we called Jeff Cat Jeff, but that was obviously ridiculous. Stay in your lane, Human Jeff. Your task is to blow a job interview in the first 30 seconds. What do you do? How strict is the harassment policy? Shame I can't afford a PS5. Get a job. I live in Lebanon, idiot. Get a Lebanese job. My brother went on his first very job interview today. He has grown so much. I'm super proud of him. Even though he has Down syndrome, he lets nothing get in his way. I have Downs, but the Downs don't have me. I have a friend who got his dream job training as an aircraft engineer, and occasionally he messages me just to tell me about all the different types of planes he saw that day. Most of the time, I have no idea what any of it means, but it's so wholesome, and I'm so glad he's happy. I work at a bookstore, and this was an actual conversation I had at work last night. 5-year-old boy brings me a romance book. What's this? A story about 2 people falling in love. Is there a dragon in it? No. Then why do you even have it on the shelf? Psychologist, what kind of work would you want me to do? I don't want to work. I want to lay in bed, drinking beer all day. So does everyone, but you have to work if you want to live. Then I want to die. Psychologist, spraying me with water. No. I was talking to a female friend, and she was telling me how lonely it is for her to be working with only men in her team, because they all maintain a respectful distance from her as they don't want to come off as creeps, not realizing it's completely isolating. What do women want? I deliver pizza. I travel a lot for work. What is your plan if a nuclear war starts? I'm pretty sure my employer wants me to work that day, so I guess I'm working. Can you explain this gap in your resume? Yeah, that was when I actually felt joy for the only time in my adult life. The economy is going great we created 5 million jobs this year. I have 3 of them, and I still can't pay my rent. Me, applying to jobs with 0 work experience and nothing to put on my resume. Alex, former child. The CEO of a 68 billion investment firm suddenly quit, says he's going to sit on the beach and do nothing. Amazon warehouse workers pee into bottles because this is fucked. Top 5 essential jobs. Doctors, cleaner. Top 5 non-essential jobs. Artists, telemarketer. The artist who created this image. My fondest childhood memory is not having to spend 40 hours a week with people who make me feel angry and tired so that I can afford to buy paper towels and laundry detergent. Working self-checkout. I had a child once grab a candy bar and the mum said no, but the child scanned it anyway and said, "Ha, I scanned it, so now you have to buy it." I walked over so fast and said, "I can delete that for you, ma'am." The child cried. I laughed. It was a good day. Worker. Hey guys, we need to create a movie poster. Yeah, just do the thing with the red on the left and the blue on the right side with someone's head bigger than the other one. Job interviewer. It says in your CV that you are good at quick maths. What is 17 times 19? 36. That's not even close, but it was quick. Dream job. Federal employment. Proudest achievement. My military service. Special talent. Can cook minute rice in 58 seconds. Job interviewer. It says on your resume that you went to Harvard University. Yeah, I was visiting my friend. When your job is pointless, but you still need money. I found a job opening that requires 8 years of Swift experience. Swift is a programming language that came out 3 years ago. Hey crypto bros, we are hiring. Y'all want to talk about ghosting? Let's talk about jobs you apply for and never get denied or accepted. Why I love my job so much. Meet Jean and Brian, 2 of our very loyal customers. Brian was in for another makeup lesson today, as he does his wife's makeup every day as she is going blind. Such a wonderful couple who live their life to the full. Millennials will make 2 times the amount of the money their parents made combined and can only afford about 1/10 of the same things. Inflation is a bitch. I messed up a job interview so bad today. They asked me why I wanted to work at this fast food restaurant and I blanked and said that when I was little I liked their fries and wanted to be the French fry queen. I got the job. At my job orientation they were going over the shoplifting procedure and this Iraq vet said, "What if a customer steals our heart?" Since I started a new job about a month ago, I noticed one of my coworkers gets treated like an outcast, so I made a point to befriend him. Today, he came into my office, handed me a gift card, and awkwardly goes, "Thank you for treating me like a person." I might be crying. My idiot furry son has one job at night, balk at things and make them go away. Easy, right? However, a bear has learned that my furry son can be bought. This is the 3rd time he's been gifted deer bones in exchange for being allowed to access my trash, and he keeps doing it. Man skipped work for 6 years and no one noticed until he got an award. I wondered whether he was still working, had he retired, had he died, but the payroll showed he was still receiving a salary. Work from home. I don't even work from work. My husband works night shifts and my daughter loves Minecraft, so she rents books from the school library to help him learn to play. He tries his best all the time to keep the relationship the best he can. How was it, philosopher, ever a job? Like, was Socrates sipping wine on a balcony somewhere, drunkenly slurring shit like, "To find yourself, think for yourself," with a crowd underneath him screaming shit like, "Fuck yeah, Socrates. Wait, I forgot how to say his name. Fuck! My favorite part about having a job is assuming you're fired every time your boss calls you into their office. Home from a wedding where my job was to escort the ring bearer. How do I get one of those jobs that aren't real, where I send an email and then go to a meeting, then draft an email, then leave work and get paid 98k a year? Have a badge on a little cord that says Senior Deputy Analysis Coordinator Supervisor of Marketing and Sales. I went to work at a cafe today, and the table across me was a man in a cowboy hat teaching 2 Japanese men how to swear in English. I saw this at work yesterday. Are we running low on anything? Will to live. Work is in Europe. I will be taking the summer off because I need a little suntan. Work is in America. I will be using one of my 3 paid vacation days to undergo open heart surgery. I shit you not, a kid at my job came in wearing one of these today. Squidward is the ultimate millennial icon. Overeducated with a dead-end job. Works for a boomer obsessed with money. Depressed. I'm not sure about the last one. Woman with Down syndrome. Rejected at every job interview. Turned her baking hobby into a successful business. She now employs other people with disabilities. What did you bring to the table? In my last job, I brought a lot of enthusiasm. No, what did you just put on my desk? You mean my toad? This chick at work gave me a pill for my headache and I haven't blinked in 6 hours. Girl, you are going to jail. I just came out of the hospital and it was crack. The Indian restaurant I work for is so secretive. I had to sign a legal agreement that I would not share the flatbread recipe. Just their standard non-disclosure. Google it. You spelled non-disclosure wrong, by the way. My emotions, 7 a.m. I'll be more positive, 10 a.m. I hate my job, the sun, and myself. Lunch. Okay, I think think I overreacted. 5 p.m. Another stupid day is over. 8 p.m. If I get enough sleep, I will be fine. 12 a.m. Crying. I hope aliens destroy Earth. No woman has all 5. A job, an education, knows how to cook, a sword, a second sword. Chinese father hires virtual hitman to kill son in an online game so he will get a job. If you're out of school and working at your first adult job, you may be wondering, is this really all there is to life? And the answer is no. There's also back pain. I have to go to work every day. I don't. Fair enough, but you also don't have money. Neither do you. The way Adele works for 6 months and then disappears for 7 years is very much the work-life balance I'm all about. Trillions of microorganisms working together to make me sentient. Hell yeah, we're doing it, team. Me. God, this sucks so bad. Can we make a reality show where we make baby boomers try applying to jobs for the first time in over 30 years, using their own advice, and see how quickly they have a mental breakdown? Girls with no jobs will put out a picture of an iced coffee in their story at noon and caption, much needed, as if they didn't wake up at 11. In rural Texas, we posted a 14-hour part-time cash container unloading job. No one showed up. Wild that 14 isn't enough these days. Lol, you're complaining you had to take your own offer. Bill Gates said, I will always choose a lazy person to do a difficult job, because a lazy person will find an easy way to do it. What's a real-life example of this? My brother gave my oldest nephew $10 a week if he did all of his chores without needing to be told or complaining. One day, he gets home early from work and sees the neighbor's kid tossing a bag in the trash. He asks him what he is doing, and the kid says he gets $5 a week to take care of a few chores. My nephew outsourced his chores. I work as an actor at a haunted house, and this little girl who was dressed as a cat came through. She saw me and was like, no thank you, please don't get any closer, I am already scared. And I was like, alright, I appreciate the good manners, I will back off. So her dad picks her up and starts going down the rest of my dark hall. I just hear her yell, everybody wait. I dropped my ears. So I find them, give it to her dad, and she goes, thank you, but I hope I never see you again. Goodbye. And waved over her dad's shoulder. I waved back, and she gives me a thumbs up. Honestly, this kid has a lot of guts for being so polite when she's terrified. I hope she gets a lot of candy this year. Jobs in the past, blacksmith, porter, carpenter, royal guard. Jobs now, TikTok streamer, AI prompt engineer, iPad spinner, and tip collector, millionaire UPS driver. I work at a bookstore, and a few weeks ago, a little black boy came in wearing a Spider-Man shirt. I asked him who his favorite Spider-Man was. He replied, Peter Parker. I told him mine was Miles. He didn't know who Miles was, so I took him to the cover of a book with Miles on it. I watched a look of confusion come over his face. He looked up at me and said, but he is black. I said, yeah, Spider-Man is black in those comics. His eyes got big, and he grabbed the comics from my hand before running off, yelling, Mom, Mom, Spider-Man looks like me. Spider-Man looks like me. 100 years ago, you're going to be a farmer too. Okay, Dad. Nowadays, wear passion. You have so many choices. Find your passion and realize your inner self. Getting a job now. I have 2 degrees, and my IQ is higher than 95% of the population. Sorry, you're not qualified enough to be a pizza delivery guy. Getting a job then. Tell me about yourself. I like to throw rocks at nerds. You are now a geologist. Electricity went out, and I had a small meltdown at work today. Guys, I'm stuck in the WeWork lift. Hi, guys is a gendered pronoun. We recommend alternatives like folks, all, everyone, y'all, team, crew, etc. We appreciate your help. Folks, I'm stuck in the WeWork lift. Employer, you're hired. Salary is 36k. I was hoping for 50. We have coffee on tap and a casual dress code. That's great, but foosball tables and treadmill desks. Please do calm down. Dogs at work, happy hours, free fucking snacks. Millennials love this. So, why did you get fired? We are short-staffed for tonight. Damn, that's crazy. Good luck though. And this week's winner of the Not My Fucking Job award goes to, what sort of perks would make your life better here? Higher salary, flexibility, more vacation. Lol, here's some potato chips and permission to wear jeans on Friday. I'm really sorry. They got me driving 14 hours a day in this thing. Also, I'm a dog. In 1945, a man survived the atomic blast at Hiroshima, dragged himself to an air raid shelter, spent the night, caught the morning train so he could arrive at his job on the same time in Nagasaki, where he survived another atomic bomb. When you came into work at 7 a.m. and worked 6 hours straight, and the clock says 7:21, working for 30 minutes, grinding a game for 8 hours just to get a slightly cooler helmet. Hate when a job asks you to set goals. My only goal is to remain employed so that I can continue to pay for my living expenses while finding fulfillment in the areas of my life unrelated to a day job.